It's bad. Anime.
Hi, I'm Girlfriend.
And I'm Girlfriend.
And together we're Girlfriend. Yay! Did not plan that, by the way.
No, and I'm so glad we didn't. We didn't talk. All we did was kind of groan, have a very rather academic conversation about like gender relations today in the United States.
We really did.
Yeah, we're not repeating any of that on air.
No, we're not. God no.
No. Even after like 14 beers, I probably won't. But then again, after 14 beers, I'll be like, but Dabba. You guys see new Family Guy?
And you'll get canceled immediately.
Yeah, for recommending Family Guy.
But yes, we're back. We're back on Girlfriend.
Who the fuck thought we'd be back here?
Who? Not me.
No, you did not.
Not me. We did this. You mentioned before we started, Rob. We did episode 8 on Girlfriend, a 3-episode rule on the first 3 episodes of the first season.
Yeah, and that was only like our second 3-episode rule at that point.
Yep, it was. And that was, must have been 2021.
Yeah, we released in 2022, but recorded in summer 2021.
Good catch,
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good catch. And now we're back.
Well, now we're back.
Why?
For a few different reasons I'll get into right now. I was talking to my buddy Gio at work about like upcoming shows this season, and something triggered my memory, and I said girlfriend. He said season 2's coming out. I'm like, the fuck do you mean season 2 coming?
They got a second season.
Yeah, so we talked about it for a little bit, and then I remember, and it's funny, he got to episode 10 and then stopped. I'm like, wow. That's a lot of strength as a person to like get that far and then stop.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
I finished.
At the time?
Yeah.
You finished the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I said this in episode 50.
Oh. Oops.
Okay,
I
so
forget.
Oh, that's perfectly good. So that way, my opinion of the series in general won't be immediately spoiled to you.
This is good.
Hooray! But yes, I'm like, you know what? Season 2 is coming out. And like Bouncy, we should go back and watch the rest of Girlfriend. And you didn't say no, but you responded like 3 days later, like saying like fine.
I reluctantly agreed.
Yeah, you're like fuck.
I reluctantly agreed because as we go back to it, I definitely said at the time that I don't really care about where this goes, with a smile on my face as I remember it.
Oh yeah, you were excited. You're like, wow, I'm done.
I'm done. I don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's gonna go nowhere. And this was actually decent because it got me to test that theory.
Yes.
That it's gonna go nowhere. That it's gonna be not so good. And here we are with the first season of Girlfriend. Both of us have now watched it.
Yes.
And
I can finally talk about it with someone.
we can talk about it. Yeah. Now we can talk about it. Yeah. I mean,
The tits on Milika, huh?
Jesus, boy. I think I don't know what she says at some point, but she
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
I got F-cup boobies or something. And I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, I actually didn't watch the first 3 episodes over again because it's been a while, so I just picked up from the 4th episode.
Nice.
And as I remembered in the first 3 episodes, Noya, the boyfriend, now has Saki, his first girlfriend that he has loved since he was like very little.
They were friends for a long time.
Yes,
But then we have the
Nagisa.
the point in the triangle. Nagisa herself.
Yes.
She's a shy blue-haired girl with bigger boobs than Saki, not as large boobs as Milika. This comes up.
It comes up a lot.
A lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah, bust size is a big theme in the show.
Big theme.
Sweet.
And she enters the fray as the second girlfriend.
She makes a huge, lavish spread for Naya. Is like, I want you to go out with me. He's like, but I already have a girlfriend. But you put so much effort into it. That's how Naya talks, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Everything's kind of like this.
Yep.
It's a lot of screaming.
It's a lot of screaming and a lot of like very succinct sentences.
Yes.
And just stating fact out loud.
Yeah, it's a lot of like a very blunt like.
But I think you're great, and you should do great things.
It's like a water balloon hitting a wall.
I don't care if I have 2 girlfriends. I love them both.
That's a very good impression.
Thank you.
I want 2 girlfriends. I will love them both equally.
I know this isn't great for either one of them, so I have to make them feel the best that they could possibly feel.
I have to work twice as hard. Threesomes are off the table.
Which they say a lot.
A lot.
Because they address in the first 3 episodes, as I remember, like the idea of threesome very quickly. Yeah. And he's like, I don't want to do anything that you all are uncomfortable with, and you're clearly uncomfortable with that, so we're not going to do it. Yeah. And from that point on, from the 3rd episode on, they are living together.
Yes.
They like by the 4th episode, they had a bit of like a tussle where like Saki was like mad at Noya for something, whatever. And then they kind of like, made back up. And I think that the next big arc, though.
Well, that was actually a pretty funny sequence. Where,
really? What happened there?
Well, Saki was just like hanging out in her house, which is right next door.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And then she just
goes next
slams
door.
the door next door. And all this. Now you're like going like, hi, I love you. I can get you this. And like, Nagisa's like, stop throwing money at her.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I have to get her back. She's one of my girlfriends. Oh, no.
I love the Naoya voice that we've come up with today.
Well, it's all he fucking did.
It's all he did. And like, at first, very funny.
Yes.
Very funny at first. Over time, wow, it beat me into the ground. Like,
But
it's just, whew.
Did it do the Monty Python thing where
it became so annoying that it became funny again?
Yeah, because that happened, but by episode 11, it wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah, but then it dipped back down.
Well, no, it was like a, if I can do a graph here, people can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, pretty funny, gets funnier, a little annoying. Okay, stop, for the love of God, that's torturous. No. Wow, that's really funny. And then, fuck you guys.
Yeah, and then, then the last 2 episodes was like, fuck off my screen.
You fuck this shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Who is Shino? Why is she here?
God damn it. The whole thing, okay, so as I remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first 3 episodes in that 3-episode rule that we did, I said to you, what else can they do but possibly try to add another girlfriend into the mix? And I'm coming to you happily saying that they did not successfully do that. They tried, and it was teased the entire season, but they didn't actually give him a third girlfriend.
Yes, but because what I really liked here was we have Milika, the blonde girl,
who's a streamer,
super egotistical because she's like, look at all this fame and success I have on my YouTube channel,
and she does it incognito.
Yes,
like nobody knows her true identity, but all she does is wear a COVID mask on
COVID mask and low cut shirts. That's how she's making all of her money.
Yep, that's how she makes all of her money. Yep.
So what's happening here is that she realizes Naoya has 2 girlfriends. She's like, what the fuck? But she gets intrigued by him a little bit, and at first she's like kind of a shit post. She's like, oh, I'll break them up. I'll make him fall in love with me and then leave his ass. Ha ha ha. I'm like, wow, you toxic bitch.
Yep.
So she tries to move in with them. They say no. She sets up like a tent in his backyard.
Yeah, she sets up a tent. She does streams in the backyard, does videos in the backyard of her working out with the titties out. And
so she's making a ton of money while doing this.
She's making a lot of money, and she's like paying for all these like products to come in. Yeah, because like they won't let her live in the house because they're like, we don't want you to live here. And she's like, no, but I love Naoya.
Yes.
And they're
like, no, you don't. And she's like, fuck you guys. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. Like, what do you have? What better things do you have to do? Goddamn.
Probably nothing.
Goddamn, girl. And but eventually what happens is they remove her tent while she's gone.
Yes.
And while they're moving it away, there's this very layered confrontation with like Milika comes back and she's like, you're putting my tent away. And then Milika's dad comes in like, Milika, where the fuck have you been?
and he doesn't approve of like her life choices at all.
Yeah. And he finds out she's a streamer because he didn't know.
Super mad. But here's the thing here. I always harp on this with harem shows. Some of them do a terrible job of explaining why the female characters like the male character.
Yes.
High School DxD, funny enough, did it the best so far. In this one, they didn't do it with Saki or Nagisa at all.
Yeah.
They just kind of said, yeah, they love Naoya, whatever.
Yeah.
But for Milika,
they did. I agree.
Yes, because at one point, Naoya stands up to her dad and is like, hey, yo, you're being a dick.
Yeah.
First off, it's what she wants to do. And second off, she has a fan base. She has success.
Very good at it.
So, like, you should be supporting her. And her dad's like, how about you don't tell me how to raise my kid before I beat you up, high school student? And then Milika's like, oh, my God, he just stood up for me. He is a really good guy. And then she has a panic attack and realizes she actually has feelings for him.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, show. One good arc. Yeah, here we go.
That arc was actually well done and good.
Yes.
I like what you said about Saki and Nagisa.
Yeah, yes.
Because after a while, you forget why they like Naoya.
But because they never established it.
They never set it up. And like, sure, like they say a couple times like how he's like so great and how he's like, like always fights for them and stuff like that. But like there's nothing, if I was like Saki in this show, and they bring this point up a lot, that like if Saki said, no, I don't want to date this, I don't want you to have 2 girlfriends, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
So why doesn't she? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
There's like a weird bisexual undertone at some point because
there is, yeah.
Because when she saw Nagisa, because like she's obsessed with cute girls, and when she first saw Nagisa, like, oh my God, she's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
Then she's super mad about it, but then she was conflated because she saw how much Nagisa truly cared for Naoya. And she's also super incompetent about her own abilities as a girlfriend. That's the biggest thing. I think that's kind of what it is.
Yes.
She's not confident in herself to actually be a good girlfriend. She can't cook and all this kind of stuff that
Nagisa can do all like the domestic stuff essentially.
Yes.
Saki's just like a personality that Naoya really likes.
Saki's just loud.
Yes. And it's really kind of taken form of like, at least as far as I see it, the dynamic is that like Saki is Naoya's wife.
Yes.
Nagisa is their maid.
Yeah.
That is essentially kind of what it boils down to in my mind, given the relationships between all of them.
Yes, Milika is like the neighbor trying to steal the husband away.
Yes, exactly.
And then Shino, at least as far as we know, is just Saki's friend.
Yes. The Shino character is the white-haired girl, and she is best friends with Saki.
And has really small boobs, even smaller than Saki's.
Which they always talk about. Always. And Shino kind of is in the show, but doesn't have a role really until like much later in the season. Because you see her, but like later in the season, she becomes like an actual character. I use that term very loosely. Yeah, no. But like they put her in.
I mean, she's in the show.
She has dialogue now towards the end of the show in the first season. And
there's rice and beer, but like, it's not really the important part of it.
Exactly. Good point. And everything kind of comes to a head at like the season finale time period, or the last quarter, I guess.
Yeah, they got the hot springs.
The hot springs. They go to the hot springs and they save up all this money for the summer. They help Nagisa pass her exams. Yeah. She can't do anything.
She's fucking stupid.
They actually have to get Shino to help Nagisa pass her exams. She's dumb.
Was that season 2?
Is it?
I think that might be season 2.
Oh, fuck. Is the hot springs season 2?
No, that's a summer
break. I felt like they had to pass the exams in order to
That was summer break.
What the fuck? Is that season 2 already?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Spoiler!
Forget everything that I just said. We were actually going to do a 3-episode rule
on season 2,
on season 2, but we haven't watched the 3rd episode yet because it just came out today. So we're going to watch it, I think, after this.
What you're confused now is with earlier in the show when they all go to the hot spring for like a trip.
Okay. And they see Shino there.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
and Shino's like, what are you three doing here together?
Yeah, she's there for honor.
And then Milika's there because she followed them
I think it was a class trip, I think.
Okay.
Because Milika's not in their class.
Yes.
But Shino sees the three of them together. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay.
And they're in the tub at one point. Because remember, in that tub is where they took the photo.
Yeah, right, okay. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's so fucking funny.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Because it just all blended together.
Yeah.
But then like hijinks ensues, of course. So they're at this hot spring. So like, like Naoya's like running around trying to please everybody. Saki is like sharing a room with Naoya. And Nagisa, before this actually happens, Nagisa says to Saki, like, listen, like this is our first trip all together. Yeah. I want you to like have romantic one-on-one time with Naoya. Because I want you to have that. You don't get that often. And she's like, wow, thanks.
Yes.
Okay, but of course that doesn't actually happen.
No, and at one point actually, it's Milika who gets the smooch.
Yes, because she just kisses him.
Yep,
straight up.
And then they have to do some weird justification where it's like, well, it didn't count. It's like that's such a Japanese thing.
No, that it definitely happened. It definitely counted.
Kissed. It's fine.
You kissed.
But it's also a kiss. Who gives a fuck?
And. Well, so Naoya is like jumping around this like hot springs. Like there's all these hot tubs in like everybody's like backyard.
But then like he eventually finds himself in the girls' bath.
Yeah, and he ends up at the girls' bath where he runs into Shino.
Yep.
And Shino is like, the fuck? This is weird, man. What are you doing everywhere with these girls? Like, what the fuck is up? And like she's like thinks he's some kind of perv and stuff like that.
Yes.
And he tries to get away from her, but she like pulls him down off a fence and she's like, yo, what's going on, man? Like, why are you doing all this? Like, what's all this girl stuff?
Yeah.
And then
please only date my friend.
And he's like, oh, like, that's really nice that you care about Saki that much. And she's like, shut up. I want to be mean to you. And then, of course, like they take, that photo comes up because she drags him off of a fence and he falls down. Somehow all of her clothes come off in that process.
Yeah.
And she's just on top of him. And they have like a little cloud over their genitals. And like everybody else comes in the room, they're like, "Oh my god!" And my favorite part about this specific part is Saki goes, "Oh my god, is it in?"
I forgot about that.
I'm like, oh.
Is it in? Oh, my fucking...
So funny. And she
God.
was like, he's inside. And then like the little cloud goes away and Shino's like, no, look, he's not inside. And she's like, oh, thank God. All right. Why are you on top of him naked? So there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that whole like, whoa, she's naked kind of
That's
stuff.
most of the show.
It is
honestly.
most of the show.
Like, whoa, there's 3, 4 girls.
Boobies, varying size and shape. It really is just that for 12 episodes.
But then don't forget about it. So you get to pick your favorite character by their bust size. Big Milika guy.
You're a Milka guy?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. She's also the only fucking villain in the show.
She is. She's the only antagonist ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And I guess Shino kind of, but not really.
No, Shino's like going to support that. Well, Shino just wants...
Saki to be happy.
Yeah, Shino wants Noya and Saki to be together. Right. Milika wants to break up the threesome thing and take Naya for herself. Of course, first, just to fuck with them, but now she genuinely just wants Naya in her life. She just wants Naya to be her boyfriend.
Yep.
So it's less devilish, but still devilish,
Yeah,
obviously. You're
still
trying
devilish.
to steal someone from their partners in this case.
Right.
Yeah, because you refuse to be a girl 3 in the threesome.
Exactly. I'm a big Saki guy.
You a big Saki guy?
Like Saki.
Yeah.
Love the spunk.
Well, who doesn't love Saki? Especially when the spunk comes out. Yeah!
Yeah! Ah!
Well, I'm drenched.
Oh, you haven't been this whole time?
Oh, no.
Oh no. But yeah, like, kind of maybe what point you hit on before, that I'd like to expand upon. This show does the same thing a lot.
Yeah.
The 1 time to 2 times that it does something different,
It's good.
it's good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do something different that often.
No.
It's very, very like formulaic, same thing. And then something breaks it up
Saki has a
little
bit of the redhead chick from
Is it
Mother of the Goddess Dormitory. She has a bit of that, where she's like the violent martial arts
the
one.
violent energy. Yeah,
Yeah, she'll suplex
She just
Naoya.
like beats the shit out of Noya, which is great. I really like those scenes.
Great scenes.
Yeah, it's really funny.
It's a shame they forget those sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Naoya and Nagisa and Saki, like, at one point, Saki realizes how much better she is at video games, and she tries to like kind of manipulate Nagisa into being ashamed of herself for being bad at them. But then she works with Nagisa to make her better at the video games because Saki has no fucking idea what she wants at all.
Yeah, never. That never comes across. Like she has no idea what she wants.
I mean, to be fair, these are all fucking like young high school kids.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So I mean, how much could you know?
But they have access to Naoya's house because his parents are away all the time.
Yeah, and I love every time that comes up. He's like, "They're away on a business trip,"
and everyone around them was like, "What?
How long is this business trip, dude?"
Do they just live in Dakota? Like,
God,
what the fuck?
So funny. And oh my God, like Saki's there was one really funny scene where Saki like goes home for like a second and her mom's like, "Oh, hi Saki, how's it going with Noya?" And she's like, "Oh, like, yeah, I don't know." And it kind of comes across that like Noya doesn't want her sexually.
Yes.
And and her mom's like, "Oh my God, we have to buy you a maid outfit."
Yes. And it's like, what the fuck, Mom?
Yeah, so I mean, and then the end of the season, they kind of don't do anything. I think it's a whole lot of like running around in circles, really.
Yeah.
And then they get to the end where Nagisa is like really distressed because like Noya, because of the whole like Noya's dating her and Saki kind of thing. And like Milika's there, which isn't helping. And she like runs away crying. And Noya like runs after her sprinting.
Yeah, and like Nagisa, I love your food, boobs. I mean, person.
Food, foobs.
You as a person.
I like your side ponytail.
I don't think he likes it.
I don't think he likes the side ponytail.
I don't think he even fucking noticed it.
I don't even like a side. What are you doing with that side ponytail?
I mean, well, there was a chick from Napoleon Dynamite who had that.
Oh, yeah. I was also like, what are you doing with that side ponytail? And I was like 12.
And you're just like, ew, get off my screen.
Yeah.
And then you turned on like HBO Zone to see like the boobies flying out.
Yeah, see like the 3 a.m. porn on HBO Zone.
Yeah.
And then I was like, whoa.
But it was softcore, so you're like,
yeah,
who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You go to computer, you're like, naked boobies on Google Images, and then you're like, wow, it's a lot of boobs.
Whoa. And then I went to boobs.com.
And then you just like Google like
which is actually a thing I did when I was younger. I searched just boobs.com like when I was like, I don't know, in 5th grade.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's this? And it was an actual website.
Nice.
A fully fledged website.
How are the boobs?
As advertised.
This is reminding me of a great sketch. The Mayor of Titty City sketch. I forgot what show it was on.
Mayor of Titty City.
It was just like, remember like in the early 2000s, those texting and driving commercials?
Yeah,
This one was a parody on some comedy, like the Demetri Martin show and like people of that caliber, like random comedians who got different shows.
Yep.
It wasn't Demetri Martin, it was someone else's show. But it's one guy in a wheelchair going like, I was on my way to a party and the guy said, come on, dude, there's so many titties here. He's like, I'll be right there. I'm going to be the mayor of Titty City. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, short answer, dong on titties. And it goes on for like 3 minutes. And then at the very end, it's like, I never got to go to Titty City that night because my texting for the limit for the month ran out. Switched to T-Mobile. And he got out of the wheelchair, just walked away.
I think, was that like a Funny or Die sketch or something?
It was on Comedy Central. That's all I know.
I remember that from somewhere. It really rings a bell for some reason.
I think my brother got drunk at shows before because he found it one time. So he loved the line, I'm the mayor of Titty City.
Titty City.
Are the titties there good? When have you ever seen bad titties? Tell the titties I'm coming. I can smell the titties. That's what this fucking show is. It is.
Noya is the mayor of Titty City.
Yeah.
Essentially.
He's a wiener guy.
He's a wiener guy.
Dong on titty.
Dong on titty. That's the whole vibe.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's no twist to it.
No, there really isn't. No nipple twisters.
Outside of the premise,
just titty, no twisty.
No. And how do you? I thought this was Japan America.
Jap America.
Jamaica.
But yeah, it really didn't. As I had predicted, it didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised with the whole Milica storyline at the beginning of it, but even that, like, over time, got a little like. It's about done. Like we had our big moment, and like that's
we had the payoff,
and she kind of gets forgotten about a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of ends, and nothing really changed. It's like Noya still has his 2 girlfriends, and Shino's like, "Oh, that Noya. I might try to break them up, but I also might love him."
That's all I can say.
And then it ended.
Ends. The show doesn't end; it stops.
And then we said to each other, "Let's try season 2,"
because we thought it'd be a good idea.
But in general, I'm gonna kick it off here. Yeah, it's bad. It like pretty much like actively like if I was to rate it out of having 100% redeeming qualities, like 5% redeeming quality.
Okay, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Out of 100?
Yeah, out of 100, I'd give it like a 5% redeeming quality. Of anything, and that's because of maybe 1 to 2 arcs that were actually good, or like the humor very early on in the show when it was fresh.
Gotcha.
Everything else when it becomes less fresh, which is very quickly.
Yes.
It just really just unravels into whatever random bullshit you're watching, and it's really not like it doesn't engage you. It's not very exciting. It's not very fun anymore, and it's just like, oh yeah, I get it. They just like he has girlfriends, they have boobs. Okay. And that was it. I thought it was bad. I thought there's really no use for it. I feel like there are a bunch of other shows like it, and probably ones that do better. I do like Noya's character, and I did enjoy it at the beginning. But as time went on, I'm like, oh, he's fucking annoying. I'm tired of him.
Yeah, that's the thing. As the series goes on, there's a little bit of the ironic thing there, where like it gets so annoying, and then it gets funny again. But like I said, it just crashes and burns by the end.
Yeah, it does.
The comedy just stops being funny.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's just bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I said it before in episode 50 how the show just completely unraveled because, like, especially after the Milica arc, I really thought the show was going to go somewhere interesting.
Yep.
Because that's the problem. They just completely let that element of the show go.
Yep.
You know, it threw a very interesting ingredient in there, but didn't season it, or like you know, it just
exactly.
It was some of it was really undercooked, and I was just bummed. I was like, this could have been funny.
It was kind of a bummer. I mean, not that like, obviously, it's not a bummer that I'm right. Fuck yeah. But no, it's a bummer that it didn't turn out as good as it could have been.
Yeah, exactly.
If they really honed in the humor and, like, really gave it some interesting things to, like, do.
Exactly.
But it really just didn't have anything interesting. Over time, like, the episodes blended in so much that I genuinely couldn't tell. Like, I've seen some scenes, and I was like, I feel like I've seen this exact scene before. Like,
yeah, probably did,
It really just, like, toppled over itself. Yeah.
But boobs, and we'll be back for the second season somehow. I love how you accidentally spoiled that in the middle. I'm like, ixnay on the Eason 2 snay.
But you know though, we'll be back probably next week. I'll probably do these back to back. Season 2, 3.
We might need to break out this one. I'm tired.
We could, yeah. I'm tired too, but yeah, y'all. That's it, baby.
Titties.
Titties.
That's tit. Yabo's in my mouth?
It's bad.
That's right, everybody. The fun is over today. Thanks so much for clicking on the episode, but the fun does not have to stop here. You can hit us up anywhere that you can find us on Instagram or TikTok at badanimepod, or you can even email us to get in touch with us directly at badanimepod@gmail.com if you got any opinions or just want to send some hate mail or love mail. We'll take both. We don't care. Thanks so much for listening, everybody, and have a great day.
Simple Equations Podcast Network.